Hello, welcome to this video in our engineering notebook series on how to write robot logs and what to include in them. In other videos in this series, we also go over choosing a software for your engineering notebook and the sections to include in your notebook. So go check out our channel and subscribe for more content. Logs are very important for all teams. They do an amazing job of showing your team's story and the evolution of your robot. Not only is it great documentation practice, but it's also a judging requirement for many awards. The first step is having good logs is to have a template that you use as the starting point for all your logs. Our template includes the date, attendees, mentors, and author at the top. That includes a summary of each thing we accomplished in a chart, a more detailed description of each task below, and a list of the next steps we want to take at an upcoming practice. We use the same format to keep all of our logs organized and quick to make. There are many things to include in your logs. The first important thing is to include sketches, brainstorms, and diagrams your team creates. Any sketch a team member creates should be in the notebook, whether you go with that idea or not. This really shows the judges that you followed the engineering design cycle with brainstorming and that you considered many different options throughout the season. Here are some examples of where our team adds in sketches and that we create throughout the season. You should also include a lot of photos in your logs. Make sure you are taking photos every practice and throughout every practice so you have plenty of photos to pick from and use when you're making your logs. The pictures should show all the changes that you made to your robot throughout the season, and you should also have text explaining what they're supposed to take away from the picture you're showing them. A really cool way to use pictures is side by side of like iteration 1, iteration 2, iteration 3, and having pictures comparing all of them is really amazing. And another thing to add is CAD. CAD should be included. You can add CAD in your logs throughout your CADing process, and you can also use your final CAD and put that somewhere in your notebook once all the CADing is complete. To justify your design, you should use math and put all the calculations you use throughout the season in the engineering notebook. If you do calculations on autonomous movement, trajectory, gear ratios, statistics on tests, or any other math that your team finds a use for, that should be in the notebook. And mark it so that the judges will see your math and make sure that they know that's an important page to look at. Math can really set you apart from other teams for mechanical and programming awards. Along with math, you need to test your robot, and the tests you do should also be included in your notebook, and you can put that in the log section. Test each subsystem and the robot as a whole to evaluate your progress throughout the season, as well as result like the end product of your robot. You want the judges to see quantitatively that you made progress throughout the season and each iteration got better, and maybe some got worse, but you want to show that with numbers and testing. Finally, in your logs, add feedback you get on the designs. You should be meeting with professionals. You should be sharing your designs with them. One thing we do is design reviews. We've done multiple design reviews this season, and you should include what they tell you. So we got a lot of advice on our designs, and we have that in our notebook, as should you. We hope you enjoyed this video and learn something from it about what to include in your notebook. Remember to use lots of photos, but explain what the picture is showing, and include all your brainstorming and sketches throughout the season. Show what worked and what didn't. Don't just show what worked. You should be showing what didn't work and what worked so the judges can see that you tried and you failed and you kept going and persevered, and that's what's really important to show with your notebook. And make sure you write logs the day of, so don't wait till like 3 weeks later. It's going to be really hard to remember. So make sure you're writing your logs. Just set aside 15 minutes at the end of each practice to write your logs, and make sure then you can make sure you have pictures and text and remember what you did. And make sure that anyone can understand your logs, even if they're not technical. So make sure you're describing things well, and make sure anyone could recreate your notebook from your logs. So make sure they're detailed and contain a lot of pictures so that someone could rebuild your robot. So we hope you enjoyed this video, and feel free to contact us by email or DM us, and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Thank you for watching.